Good day, ladies and gentlemen. It's your host Moloko for Market Maker Secrets. It's just New York Open right now. Yeah, I think. Let me just hope you. Yeah, so it's the New York session. The New York session just opened right now. So I'm just gonna record this video to show you this high probability potential setup that I have on NZD across the board. So what we're looking at right now, it's a light forex platform. So we use the light forex platform for us to be able to see this index chart. You see all these index charts: Euro, USD, GBP, CHF, JPY, Canadian dollar, Australian dollar, ZD. All these index charts. We look at the Euro index chart to see how the Euro is behaving across the board. USD, GBP, and NZD, so on and so forth. So for now, we're just gonna look at the NZD index chart. So as you all know, NZD index tells us whatever that the setup that we see here potentially means that we're gonna have a pin to the upside, a little move to the upside, and then the price is gonna drop. So that is what we're seeing from NZD. So this is what exactly we should be expecting when we go to the NZD profile inside our trading currencies. So I'm not trading on this platform. I only look at it because I want to see my index chart. So as you can see, yesterday it was Monday the 9th, if I'm not mistaken. Today it's Tuesday, the 10th of Tuesday, March 2020, London, and not London actually, it's New York session. So yesterday we got that pin to the upside. Why that pin to the upside? It's potentially a stop hunt to the upside. It's a potential high price of the month. You understand? Because you know, the first week of the month we expect we call it the accumulation phase of the market maker cycle, and then the second week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Monday is the accumulation of the market maker cycle, but we got that pin to the downside. So we're not gonna look at that because our bias, it's bearish. As you can see, this whole trend has been bearish for a few months actually. So our bias, it's still bearish. So we're only interested in selling the NZD across the board. So what we're gonna let the price do right now is to let it retrace a little bit to the upside, and then after later, because of most of the time you might find that NZD has some economic announcement tomorrow during the US session. I think it's because of the New York and the what do you call this? The Asian session, which is Tokyo. So the Tokyo and the NZD, the JPY, the Asian session, and the New Zealand dollar session, I think they're probably open around the same time. But then when I look at my time zone where I'm based, because I'm in South Africa, so it's gonna be around 1, 2, 3 in the morning, just after the Asian session. That's where I know this news. But if ever there's gonna be news, they're probably gonna be around that time. So this is that hence why I'm expecting the price to go up until at least later in the night. I think maybe midnight, around tomorrow morning. That is when I'll be expecting the high price here to be established, a retest to that resistance zone there. And also, as you can see, it's marked 2 converging resistance area. So it's horizontal resistance, as you can see. I've highlighted it in this gray shaded area, and that pink, to illustrate that from this point onwards I'm interested in going south. And then we also have that diagonal trend line, which is 2 horizontal trend lines there going south. So it's a very good high probability zone that I'm thinking I'm very interested in taking short positions. So without wasting time, let's dive right into our currency pairs. So NZD, here it is. So as you can see, I'm inside my New Zealand dollar profile here. So when I'm inside this profile, I'm only looking at the NZD across the board. So since I'm expecting a little move to the downside, to the upside in the with the Australian dollar index, a little move to the upside and then drop. So which means I'm expecting the New Zealand dollar to be overall bearish. It's gonna go up for a little while, and then overall on a long term it's gonna continue with the short term with the sell or the bearish trend. So let's go back to our currency pairs. As you can see, my Euro NZD, I'm expecting my NZD to continue being weak, as you can see. So here, because of the Euro has been also okay, I'm not gonna look at the Euro right now. My only concern is looking at how the NZD it's behaving on this profile. So just gonna we look at the focus on the NZD only. So NZD, we expect a little move to the downside and then to the upside. Euro NZD. Why? Because of the NZD here, it's the secondary. It's the secondary currency. Whereas in here, I'm expecting a move to the upside and then drop, similar to the thing. What do you call this? The index chart. As you can see here, it's a bit of a move to the upside and then drop. NZD JPY, same kind of setup, a bit move to the upside then drop. And then these are the only 4 setups that I have. So basically, we're gonna talk about 4 setups today. On the NZD, the Euro NZD, a long potential setup, and then GBP NZD as well, a long potential setup, NZD USD short potential setup, and then same apply to the NZD JPY. So all these 4 setups, if you look at them properly, you will notice that it's more or less the same setup. We're just looking at the NZD across the board because of we've identified this potential setup on the NZD across the board. Then you can also translate all this information from the index chart into our actual currencies. So we're gonna be buying the Euro NZD, buying GBP NZD, selling NZD USD, selling NZD USD, and then also selling NZD JPY. I hope that made sense, ladies and gentlemen. So there are multiple factors that that have been considered for us to be taking these positions, because of if you look at one particular setup, you'll let me put it this way: you need to look at multiple convergences or multiple rules of engagement as to why you're taking whatever position, whether you're buying or selling. You understand? So for me, there are multiple reasons that converge here. There are technically and market makers related. So what we're looking at right now is just pure technicals. It's just pure price action. As you can see, 15 minutes, this is a major support area, resistance area. As you can see, price was very reluctant to break out of the zone to go to the upside, and then yesterday morning it did exactly that. It broke to the upside, leaving a gap. Okay, my phone is ringing, so I'm just gonna do this one real quick and just show you how what we should be what we are anticipating on the NZD. So this is the setup here that I'm talking about. There's a resistance area. As you can see, price was moving just below this price here. There's 1.78677 and 1.76432. So these two price move along these two lines for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Okay. Price has been moving around this area for like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it finally broke up. And then yesterday it gave us a stop on to the downside, and then today we might just expect a retest on that same support area going to the upside. So with that being said, I'm just gonna draw a quick market maker cycle to illustrate my point. My phone is busy ringing, so as I'm recording this video, I was just trying to send a text to tell them that I'll just be in contact after a few minutes. So I'm just gonna do that to illustrate my point. There it is. So this was Monday accumulation phase, and then 2 days top and low, and then continuation or the start of the unidirectional move for 2 to 3 days. So this is my potential setup, ladies and gentlemen. And as you can see, everyone has a system that they follow when trading moving averages. So my system includes that I use I think about 5 moving averages. It's the 3, 13, 50, 200, and 800. But then my main focus is the 50, 200, and 800. So what happens is that when I have this 800 moving average on 15 minutes, I automatically know that the same place that it's moving here, there's gonna be 200 on 1 hour. So there it is. It's a confluence of moving averages. There's 1 hour, and then the same thing. If I have 1 hour, 200 moving averages on 1 hour, and then it's gonna translate to 15 4 hours. So this is a high probability for me. There are 3 converging patterns here. Firstly, it's the market maker cycle, as you can see, accumulation, and then stop hunt. I might just expect a stop hunt inside structure or outside structure stop hunt. So I'm gonna have my pending orders right about that area there. So this will what will happen. Okay, let me just do this. 0.15. I'm just gonna put that there, and then one also over here. My stop loss is gonna be not more than 50 pips. So with that being said, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna pause for a minute. Okay, I'm just gonna continue with that. So I just want it to be a very quick video. I don't want it to take too long, 10 to 20 minutes. So this is my first potential area right here. So as you've seen, this is my pending orders right there, and then I'm also gonna do this. Just put my stop orders there. There we go. How many pips is it? The risk? It's 17 pip risk. So 17 pip risk. This one. 17 pip risk. This one. And there we go. So I've risked about 17 pips here and then 21 pips there. So it's two positions going to the upside. I'm gonna have two targets. My first target is gonna be 50% going to the upside for where I've entered. So my first target, my second target is gonna be here, and then my first target is gonna be around this area. Yeah, so I'm just gonna do that. That's my first target. And then my second target is gonna be up there. So there it is, a 20 pip risk for 73 pips reward target 1, and then 139 pips target 2. So it's a very good one risk reward. So as you can see, going to the backside, there's also major support here, and then also this. So price broke above this major resistance area. So now we're expecting the price to come back and retest on top of that one, the first touch, second touch, support, resistance, and then to turn out support and price to continue going up. So for me, that's a very good one. And then secondly, GBP NZD, it's more or less the same setup. So as you can see, it's a price breaking above this resistance. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4 touches to the upside before it gave us that shallow breakout, and then yesterday it gave us that confirmed breakout to the upside. And then as you can see, it's been giving us a very beautiful low, higher highs and higher lows, signaling that it's a very strong bullish trend. So this one, our bias is very long. And then as you can see, there's one resistance, number 2, there's more like 1, 2 resistance and breakout, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 support, and then we should just expect, if ever price comes around those areas there, I would be very interested in buying it there. Also considering that the GBP, the NZD, it's gonna be weak according to our analysis on the index chart. So another pending orders on the GBP NZD going to the upside. It's a very beautiful setup. The potential, like two converging support areas is diagonal support and also the horizontal support. So NZD, USD, it's also another beautiful potential setup. As you can see, yesterday we got that retest on that trend line, the outer trend line. There's 1, 2, 3. The first touch came here yesterday, which is the potential high price of this month. As you can see. So there's also first touch, second touch, third touch, fourth touch, potential head and shoulders. So head and shoulders is a reversal setup, but then in this case, it's moving in line with the main trend, and the main trend, as we can clearly see, is bearish. So I would be very interested in taking this short position here as a DUSD. It might because right now it's the New York session. The price might just continue going up until later in the evening or tomorrow morning. So we should expect to see NZD USD going south. NZD JPY, we have more or less the same thing here. This one, for me, it's very convincing. You know why? Because there's also a gap here. So this gap, for me, it needs to be closed rather. So I need to see this gap being closed, and then being closed where? On the upside, where there's major resistance, that will now turn into support. Actually support, that is now going to turn into resistance. And then on that particular area, look at this area right here. Just look at this area. Okay, let me just do this, because now it's starting to play with me. So this area right here, it's very significant for me. Why? Because of the multiple converging factors here. So I'm just going to do that, then change the color, just do it black, and then remove the background. So as you can see, there's a very big chance that it should price come to this area, it's more or less gonna hit there. And also, as you can see, there's on 15 minutes there's 800, which means it's gonna be 200 on 1 hour, and then 800 on 4 hours, and 50 on 4 hours. You see, so for me that is a very good, solid, high probability trading opportunity right here. So as you've seen, I'm gonna give you pending orders right now, so that I can be able to enter. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, if price moves without us in it, it's okay, no loss. And then if ever it comes and pick us in, and then it still stops out, we're gonna get stopped out with minimum risk. You understand? So the main basically my system of trading involves not entering prematurely. You should be able to wait for price to come to your high value areas, and then after you can be able to enter into a position knowing that it has came back and it's probably the highest or the cheapest possible price, if that makes sense, ladies and gentlemen. So as you can see, EUR/NZD, we're expecting for price to give us an extended stop until the retest of that previous support here, because as you've seen, it's been resistance zone here, and then yesterday we got that resistance support. Now we should expect to see a little bit pin, at least if we get a pin. I think we might just get a pin to the downside, and then price continue going upwards. So please check it out. And then the same thing applies to GBP NZD as well. As far as technicals are concerned, you have multiple factors that that gives the setup some kind of weight. So NZD USD is also a very good one. As you can see, we did get that resistance on that retest on that outer resistance there. There are multiple touches. Remember, a definition, not a definition actually. What makes a trend line? A trend line is made out of connecting multiple points. For instance, I could say this 1, 2. For me, if ever I have 1, 2 connecting points, for me I can be able to draw a trend line right there. So, and then I mostly zone out my trend line so that I can have an area, not just one line. I know that a lot of people, maybe they would just do this. And just draw the trend line like that. And say, they are waiting for price to get to. But then how are you gonna be able to enter right there on top of that pin there? So that is why I personally like zoning out my trend lines over there. Okay, I think I made a little mistake. I'm just gonna delete some of the stuff here. So there it is, guys. Why am I doing it like this? Because of this one, and then there's 2 connecting points on that trend line, that outer trend line, and there's 1, there's 2, 3, 4 connecting points right on this one as well. So for me, that's a zone right there. So if ever I want to extend my risk area, I would maybe also consider this happening. I'm just gonna extend that to that upside there. Because you should always make sure that you have, you always use an if then approach. If this doesn't happen, then you should at least expect that. So for me, if ever we enter here on this head and shoulders here, and then we get to stop that price continue going up, it's most likely that it's going to retrace to that area there, that diagonal trend line as well again. Understand? So that is how I also use confluences. Like I always look at a number of areas that price is more likely to retrace to, or it's bounce from. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just gonna do a quick video. I'm gonna post this video right now, so that you can also be able to, go through it quickly. And also, I'm also gonna post flashcards and templates so that you can also be able to get this actual analysis. Because remember, with market maker secrets, you don't need to draw to be able. You don't need to be a very good analyst, and drawing and whatsoever. I do this for you, so you don't have to go through all the trouble of having to know these things. The fact of the matter is that you should always know that your risk management is always on point. It's proper, ladies and gentlemen. So always make sure that you use proper risk and equity management. So this, ladies and gentlemen, are my 4 high probability trades. But then you don't need to enter all 4 of them at the same time. You just need to take a pick. Maybe you can sell Euro NZD, or you can buy Euro NZD and also sell NZD USD. You understand? Just to make variation on the thing, or to diversify your portfolio, if you can put it that way as well. So because it's very risky to put all your eggs inside the same basket. So hence I'm saying that you don't have to trade, buy Euro NZD, GBP NZD, and then sell NZD and NZD USD and NZD JPY. You can just choose 2 here, or just 1, for the sake of safety. So I hope you enjoyed this video, ladies and gentlemen. And remember today it's Tuesday, so it's New York session right now. There are also more videos that I'm still gonna record. Like as you can see, today we just covered this video. I've just covered NZD, but then there's still Australian dollar as well, Canadian dollar. So there's still tons more of currencies and setup that we're gonna look at. But for now, this video is just based on the NZD across the board. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and always remember, ladies and gentlemen, to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and so that you can also be able to be notified automatically every time we upload a new video. So thanks for watching, and then I hope you enjoy the video.